Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this video. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for liking my videos, like giving me a like. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for watching my videos and all the advertisement that plays on the video. Dear Obidients, like dear Nigerian youths, the reason I'm calling you people for this meeting is because it's really shocking that the only reason the guy of the gubernatorial aspirant of PDP was not allowed to win in Nasarawa is because he's too young. Please let me understand. Is it not the young people that their brains are still fresh to be able to know what the trends are, what is going on in the world to make their people's lives better? This guy had been House of Reps member 8 years and he entered House of Reps at 31. Somebody who has become a member of the house, you are saying that the person, then you now brought somebody who was working with Dangote, who has never he has never been a councillor, he has never been a politician, and made him governor of a state. Like, do you understand? If the criteria they are giving was not that he was too young, I wouldn't even bother. But for the fact that they are making it look as though you have to be 70 years or 60 years. No, not even 60 years. If you are 60 years, they won't even allow you. They'll tell you are still too young. It's high time they stopped allowing these old men to be in politics. How old were these our politicians that are still in power when they entered into politics? Some of them were heads of state at 28. And now our youths that are 28, 25, 30, they say they are too young. Is that not why they are still in politics? Because they started early. I'm very glad that Peter Obi in one of his interviews had mentioned that they have to put an age limit to this thing. So that, okay, now if this thing is not juju, according to how the Nigerian palace will say, no be juju be that. How can a president who is 70 something, how can somebody who is 70 something be a president? When they'll tell you that you have to be 65. Civil service, you do 35. And if you enter civil service at 40, you can't do 35 years anymore. And they'll retire you. How can somebody, if you have a degree, they'll pay you 70,000 or 50,000 as your starter salary. Yet somebody who has a school cert contests as a governor or a president and is earning so much money. And you are saying that the constitution favors anybody? No. It favors the elite. It favors those people in power. It favors those politicians. And that is why I'm making this video to say that if you're a Nigerian youth, you need to wake up and stop collecting monies from these people. They'll come here and give you wrappers. Like one of the videos I posted, a state in the north, they gave them wrappers. They gave them seasoning cubes. So they give them wrappers to tie poverty for the next 4 years. They give them seasoning cubes to eat and keep quiet for the next 4 years. And they will do nothing. And then people are protesting in Nasarawa and they're asking the PDP man to tell them to calm down. If you people did the right thing, will women come out to protest? Are you saying that, according to what some of you are saying, that somebody is paying them to do it? How many women would they need to pay to come out and protest? And it's so absurd that the governor had the guts to call those women prostitutes. Why will you call people's mothers prostitutes? And you are supposed to be a public figure. And you see, it's so painful how this is the same thing they said, that Tinubu did drugs and was not convicted in Nigeria. And so, because he was convicted, so I can actually go abroad and do drugs and come to Nigeria and be president. What about, where did we throw our morals? Where did we dump our morals? There's somebody who will tell you that, after all, when they convicted me for drugs, it wasn't in Nigerian law. Really? So because it didn't happen in Nigeria, what is do we not read our constitutions to know that the criteria for somebody who will become a president? Are you aware that if you have served a jail term in Nigerian constitution, if you have served a jail term maybe for a criminal offense, you cannot vote and be voted for 10 years? You have to be free. You have to walk around free for the next 10 years before they can vote you into power, before you can vie for any elective position. For those of you who do not know the constitution, it's just like some of you don't know that if somebody goes to your land to go and build on the land, the law says, the Nigerian law says that what is on the land belongs to the owner of the land. You see some people putting up illegal structures and, struggling the land with the owner of the land, like because they built something on it. It's not their business. It's not your land. What is on the land belongs to the owner of the land. So we should sit down and read up, like Chimamanda said, that these elections, petitions, and all that had made them to sit down to read up on the Nigerian constitution. So we cannot just sit down and fold our arms. Wait, are we waiting to be 50, 100 years to be able to lead our country? When that is why I forbid my kids to even sing, we are the leaders of tomorrow. How old am I? I'm 30-something. I have never been councillor. And there are people there in politics who have followed these politicians now to the extent that a politician will reduce his age. Who is supposed to be 80 years, he's saying that he's 71. So I don't understand what is going on. There's age limits for people to work in civil service because it's assumed that the brain has started, losing its efficiency, or I don't know the word to use. The brain is no longer very at alert, or is not alert. Then a president that will become president of how many millions of people in a country like Nigeria will now become 70-something, and you say somebody who is above 65 can no longer be in the civil service. A civil service that is just a unit. It's just a small unit in the nation. There's somebody who is 75, 70 will now become a president of a country like Nigeria, where we have so many things plaguing us. We allow somebody who do not know his left from right, people who do not have certificates, who cannot provide a school cert to become our president. Meanwhile, you, as a youth, you need a master's degree to earn 150,000. You, a youth, you need somebody to know somebody and know somebody to get a government job. Meanwhile, these men, their children, some of them, their children cannot even pass law school, but they are in all companies like NNPC. They are already managers. One of your politicians who is a big man, almost the number, let's say a big man in this country, the daughter failed law school. She repeated law school. Somebody wrote, see, let's not begin to bring out things here. But let me tell you something. If you are a youth, a Nigerian youth, especially an Obidient, watching this, even if they don't give Peter Obi this mandate, I want you to not forget this video. Share this video to a lot of people. They will tell you that, let me tell you something, for those of you who used to say, you want a government job, you want to work for people. It is not a bad idea. Get the job. Use it to start up a business. A business is something you will grow into a conglomerate, and your children will inherit it. Your children cannot inherit your government job. Your children cannot inherit your private job. But they can inherit a business you have started. Take for example, you are selling tires, and you grow into a very big conglomerate. Your children will grow and see that you sell tires. They will sell those tires. They will grow. It will become when I say conglomerate, of course, there are other companies. They will bet other companies, and your company name will remain. So when people tell you that, they'll tell you come to work, you see them, people enslaving other people, and they will say they should come to work so that they will pay them how much? 70,000. You go to all these government offices. There's one of my friends. Even though that she's into fashion, her salary is 60,000. The day she told me, I couldn't believe it. But she lives in the heart of town because her husband is doing well, and because she decided to have a side job. And then the government will tell you, that as a government staff, you are not supposed to do any other business except farming. Have you even given the people an enabling environment to farm? With the level of insurgency, people should think through this. A man will work, go do youth service, you go to school, do youth service, then your president will not even go to secondary school, he will not go to university, but he's the one that is the president. How come have we allowed Nigeria to be a place where we allow dull people to become president while the smart ones are being left on the streets? When did we become a country like that? So this man in Nasarawa is annoying me. That a man, he even came, this one is not hearsay. He came on TV to say that they say he's too young. So somebody that is 40 years is too young to be president. He's too young. That's what the same thing they said to the Labour Party man in Lagos. That he's too young to be governor because he's 40. So we have to be 70 and even lie and maybe we are 80 and we'll have to lie to be 70 to be able to govern. You will see a man that is already rickety, a man that is not working well. You people will support him here and there till he become president-elect, just so that you people would keep him in one room and be ruling the country. The same things Buhari criticized Goodluck Jonathan, he is doing worse. The same things Tinubu criticized Jonathan for, they protested, he is doing worse. I remembered when Jonathan was in government contesting for second term. APC with Buhari, they said they will cause a parallel government, and Osibanjo came out and was defending rubbish. He came out to defend that kind of a thing. When you say you and a lot of people lost their lives. But you see, since Obi went to court and told us to calm down, nobody has caused any problem. And then Festus Keyamo had the guts to call the Obidients names. So if you are an obedient and you are in Nigeria that wants the good of Nigeria, you need to stand up and let us say the truth to our children and tell them that they should never collect anything from a politician to vote them. Go to you see, they said in the UK it was worse than this. But because they now sat down and they began to make the judges to be comfortable, and such that they made the judges to have their own properties, they made the judges to be comfortable financially so that nobody can give them anything. No landlord can tell them that if you don't vote so person, you will not become. You will not live in our houses. But it was in Buhari's time that judges lost their respect. You will see GSS, they will barge into a judge's quarters to harass a high court judge or a Supreme Court judge or a court of appeal judge. They bring incompetent people into the judiciary. Judiciary is always by hierarchy. How you were called to bar, when you became a judge, when you understand, from high court, they will nominate, somebody will nominate you. They will go to clarify you. Before they will appoint you, you must have even served a number of years and won cases, even to the Supreme Court, to be able to be appointed. But now it's not done like that. It was in Buhari's time that we knew that a judge can be spoken to rudely. It was never done like that. Where did our custom go to? Where did our norms go to? And now, Garuba will sit down and insult Peter Obi or insult the Obidients. They don't even have, they are not even authorities in all those things they are talking because they know nothing. Peter Obi went to school, home and abroad. He's well read. So what are people trying to say? And they are trying to put him down because they know that he will not play balls. They know he won't play balls. I know all of you are saying, Mommy Triplet, which one are you dressed like this today? I went to church, I tied 2 wrappers. So I just said, let me make this thing, because when I watched that video, I was not myself. I said, let me lend my voice. That tribunal will favor Peter Obi. It will. Because we will not sit down here and watch people who will come and sit down in the presidency and be sleeping. Every meeting they call them, they are sleeping. Sleeping is not bad though. But you know you're tired, so rest. What happens to becoming this thing? How they call this thing? Kingmakers. What happened to it? All of you want to be president, you must be president. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.